Hey guys, it's Cal from DirtyWeaselMedia.com. Actually, DirtyWeasel.com, Dirty Weasel Media. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos due to vacation and family illness. I had to get delayed a bit, but I want to do part 3 of our building tutorials, and this one's titled Sledgehammer. For the, as you can see right there, that big ass hammer. So we'll be focusing primarily on metal working today, and I'll show you how to build a sledgehammer yourself, and we'll go from there. So you can see we already have the proto house built up. I'll show you what some of the things we've done. After some vandals kind of messed things up for me, I had to rebuild some things. And you can see it's basically enough room for a little bird, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Up here on the top you can park a little bird. Down below it's the double stairway setup. I have a garage door opening here, already built. Another opening on the other side. We'll put a cinder block doorway in and show you to put the door in, but we've got some basic walls. There's plenty of enough room here. This is a 3x2 setup. Has plenty enough room for even another garage door, and you can go up top and see I put concrete walls all the way around, and to be able to give you a little bit of protection. But quick suggestion. Let's start with the workbench. We have the workbench set up over here already, and we'll go ahead and put this sledgehammer away, and we'll build another one real fast. So we'll put that in there and retrieve our gun, because you never know when you're going to get attacked by bandits on my server, so I want to always be armed. There we go. Now, excuse me. For a sledgehammer itself, you're going to need 2 parts. A sledgehammer handle and a sledgehammer head. Now, sledgehammer heads can be found on zombies. They're worker zombies. Just like you would find the combo locks, you're going to find heads on them. And those heads, when combined with a sledgehammer handle, which can be found in farm loot, you know, your barns and that sort of thing, you can come over here and build a sledge. There it is, craft sledge. Boom. Craft that real fast, and it should go automatically into your inventory. Now, why sledgehammers are important, and there are certain metal pieces that require a sledgehammer to be used. So, you know, things like the metal panel and the metal floors require a sledgehammer to be used. Now, starting in 1.0.2.4 for Epoch, we'll be able to do a little ore crafting, but that's later down the road. That's more of a teaser than anything else. So, let's get down to a few basics. Some of the things we're going to be doing today is we're going to build that cinder block doorway, a metal panel, a metal floor, and just for demonstration purposes, we're going to build us a sandbag nest, because one of the guys asked for that on the YouTube channel. So let's start with the cinder block doorway. So for that, we're going to need 4 cinder blocks, 1 mortar bucket, and 1 tank trap. So let's grab that stuff right now. Mortar bucket, cinder blocks, and a tank trap kit. There we go. Build at our trusty workbench. Craft doorway. That's what we're looking for right there. There we go. So we'll come over here and put this in. You'll see we have a space just perfect for that. We'll hit that. Build block doorway. That's what we're looking for. Kind of lined up there. I think that actually looks pretty good. I'm getting pretty good at lining these things up quickly, so that's probably good enough. We'll hit that right there. And we built a doorway. Now we'll upgrade that in a few minutes, but for now that's good enough. And we'll see what this needs to do to the doorway. Alright. So let's see what we need to upgrade block doorway. One more metal pole. So, okay, we'll go grab some metal poles. I'll see about 4 of those. And we'll see what happens. See what else it says. One more tank trap. Okay, well. So we probably need 1 tank trap and 1 metal pole. I'll knock that one away. Grab a couple tank traps. There we go. It's a doorway. Open door. Look at that. That's a pretty big doorway. Let's see, by putting it on the outside, we can still get by our stairway. No problem. That looks pretty good. Now, like all doorways, both the garage door and this doorway, we can go ahead and close this door. We could throw a combo lock on that. So let's go ahead and finish this building off, make it a little more secure. You know what? I take that back. We'll do that later. I'm not sure if I have enough supplies here to build that floor. So, but we've got a doorway. There's the door. There's that. And up we go. So, next, let's move on to the metal panel. Now, the metal panel is one of those things that you need to have a sledgehammer for. So, in order to build this, you really have to have that sledgehammer. So, start hunting down those parts you need. That's going to be killing a lot of zombies. So far in my experience, it's been much harder to find the metal heads on the worker zombies than it was to find combo locks. My luck? I don't know. Well, who knows? So for the metal panel, we need 1 bulk empty. I don't know what that was. Oh, look at supply. Well, I didn't know it was in that one. I grabbed the wrong one. So we'll just leave those there for now. Those are sandbags. And your gear doesn't always differentiate between supply panel and supply crates and all this other stuff. So we need 1 bulk empty, 4 poles, and 4 tank traps. Okay, so let's get 4 poles. Where are those motor poles at? And 4 tank traps. There we go. So it should say build. No, we don't want to do that. Metal panel. That's what we're looking for. Metal panel. Craft metal panel. Right there. And there we go. Alright, so where should we put this? Let's see. We'll just put this. How about we put it outside? We wanted to make a shield to kind of protect me as I'm coming in. So we'll set this up outside. Let me just take a look-see here. It looks pretty clear. And we'll just set this thing up kind of as a little bullet shield as we drive the Humvee and the Vodnik in. Little panel. There we go. Looks pretty good. Come down a little bit. Now you saw how deep those pillars go. That's a good reason for that. And we'll build that panel. There we go. That was pretty simple. But that was all due to us having a sledgehammer. Now, from experience, we did some experimentation and wanted to see what it would take to knock one of these things down. And took a Vodnik at full speed to knock one down. Now, you know how tough a Vodnik is. It took some heavy, heavy damage. It basically blew out the engine to about 80%, knocked out a couple tires to 50%, and the hull took about 24%. So, those are pretty tough. Hard to knock over. And, of course, they're bulletproof. remove metal panel. You can do that, but it'll take a long time and most likely break your tools if you have a plot pole set up. So if you want these things to be totally indestructible, build them deep, put a plot pole nearby. I still have to put one up. I don't really care that much. And that way they'll be hard to take down. So there you go. There's your bullet shield. Let me close the door. Give it a quick lock. There we go. So what's next on our agenda? It's the metal floor. So we need 1 scrap, 2 tank traps, 4 poles, and my notes are really bad. Corrugated. 2 corrugated. Okay. Let's see what we got in the old jackal here. We need 1 scrap metal. Where's scrap metal? 2 tank traps. 2. 4 poles. These are metal poles. 3 metal poles. Okay. Well, and 2. Let's do this. Some of you may not know this. I don't remember how much it is, but we'll just take 4 of them and see what we get. You can construct metal poles out of scrap metal. So we'll come over to our fire here. Light the fire. Craft pole. See how much this uses here. So we're crafting ourselves a pole. Yep, 1 metal pole. How many that used? It used 2 scrap metal. Okay, that's not too bad. So like I said, 1 scrap metal, 2 tank traps, 4 poles, and 2 corrugated. My corrugated metal panel. Poor planning on my part. Let me edit this out and I'll go get some corrugated. I got those 2 corrugated. So let's try building this crazy thing. Metal panel, corrugated fence, tank trap kit, craft pole, corrugated fence, metal floor, craft metal floor. That's what we're looking for. Needs fire within 3 meters. Okay, well. So, we need the fire within 3 meters. Well, this must be one of those things. So, let's go ahead and stand on top of the fire. Craft metal floor. Need a workshop within 3 meters. You rat bastards. So, once again, the joys of DayZ Epoch. I need wood. Okay, so that a little annoyance. You know, this is always one of those things. When you're doing stuff, sometimes you forget details, and there's a lot of little details you have to keep track of. But I've got a fire. We'll check our gear here. 2 tank traps, 4 metal poles, 1 scrap wood, and 2 corrugated fencing. Now we can build our craft metal floor. 1 more supply crate. Oh boy. So annoying. Try it again. Craft metal floor. Hey, I think we have success. If I was perfect, you guys wouldn't be that fascinated in watching this stuff anyway, so. What's that? I don't know who that is. Okay. Well, local MI17. No big issue. So, what we have, and I thought this was relevant before, is if you build yourself a little platform up here for your chopper or whatever, wood is not the appropriate structure if you want to land the heli on it, because it bounces. And it bounces into the walls and damages itself. Flips over, blows up. Or if you don't have high enough walls, it'll bounce right over the walls, onto the ground, blow up, and then you've lost your building as well. About the only thing that works is corrugated. So, build yourself a corrugated floor. I guess I didn't need that scrap metal. I guess it was a supply trait. So anyways, let's see, we'll line this stuff up. We'll see what it looks like after we're done. That looks fine. Boom. There you go. The old corrugated floor. Looks pretty good. Now, at the base of my non-demonstration facility, I have this exact setup, and it works just fine. Helicopters land on it, no problemo. And they don't bounce. Don't ask me why. I never thought to ask Axel or AWOL from Epoch about it, but it is what it is. So there you go. You have a corrugated floor. So what's left on our agenda today? We need a sandbag nest. I had a request for that. Hadn't planned on putting one in here, but we'll go ahead and build it. So well, we got all these sandbags here. Let's pick these up. If you ever find a supply drop, it'll be a bunch of these little boxes with different supplies in it, like tank traps, scrap metal, sandbags. Each of them will have 12 in it. And it'll be just labeled supply crate, just like our empty ones are. So always look for those. They're usually surrounded by a large metal crate that you can't access. And there'd be a bunch of little ones around it. Well, I found that one out in the woods around that thing. I just figured it'd be a good thing to build a sandbag nest. So, what do we need for our sandbag nest? We need one bulk empty, which we can get. I know we have more of those. Supply crate. 4 sandbags. 2 plywood. And 4 lumber. And put the blood bag away. And 4 lumber. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Craft. Nope. Not that one. Craft. Sandbag nest. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Now this one doesn't require a sledgehammer. It's one of the older builds that don't require it, but still a good thing to have. We're gonna put out that fire. So I don't really need it anywhere, but I'll just put it up over here. Let you see in construction what angle to put it at. Now you can see this one has a little different design when you put it up. You can actually see it in this neon green, and it's going to face away from wherever you are. So the opening is actually towards the back. Let's put it all the way back here. I don't like where it is. You know what? I'm just going to put it on top of the building. Why? Because I can. I can edit it out later. Oh, there we go. I think this looks good. Gear. Let's go down with it a little bit. Go down with it a lot. There we go. That's probably fine right there. We'll go ahead and build that there. Call it a day. Not perfect, but you've seen it done now. Now I could have put it higher and put it up against the wall. I don't think I needed to do that just for a demonstration. But looks pretty good. Now you can remove it. but we talked about removing stuff, and if you have a plot pole up, it's hard to remove. If you want to maintain it, let's see what it takes to maintain. One more scrap metal. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting a scrap metal for a sandbag nest, but there you go. Look at that. You know what it is? It is the metal panel that's keeping me from going in there. So that's actually a good experiment. If you have something above you, you can't walk into it because your head hits. Oh, you learn something new every day. So there you go, guys. There's a sandbag nest. Now there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is fuel tanks and fuel pumps. You can see my setup here. I have the chopper over there, cars over there. If I wanted to fuel those up, I'd bring them out. But the fuel pump, it needs very specific requirements to actually work. You need a generator. You need a source of fuel, and of course I edited this one in, so I have a fuel tank. I need a fuel pump. Fuel pumps are actually pretty common. You can find them, but they need to be set up in a certain order. So generally a fuel pump first, and then a generator. And then to power that generator, you need gas. Well, we'll go in and grab a fuel pump, or a jerry can out of the Humvee. And we'll fuel up our generator. Fuel and start generator. Pretty loud. You can see how loud it is. But now that it's powered, this will fuel any item within 30 meters. And it's filling up my KA60. That works pretty good. There you go. It's called 10% capacity. I ran it pretty low the other day, flying around. But you get the idea. I'm going to fuel up that chopper. So, go turn that noisy bastard off. And one of the interesting things about Epoch is that you'll find fuel stations with pre-existing fuel pumps. And when you walk up to them, they'll say, needs power. Okay. Well, what you do is you grab yourself a generator, and you've seen them around, I'm sure, and you put it down, you fuel it up, and then you can actually fuel from that existing fuel station. So, there you go. So anyways, guys, this is what we've done today. We set up the doorway, the concrete doorway, with a door that you can throw a lock onto. We did a metal panel outside, you saw that, and a metal floor. You saw that upstairs. You can take a look at that as well. You see the metal floor there. And we threw a sandbag nest up. So, there we go. Now, I don't know what we're going to do for part 4, part 5, but we're getting pretty close to what we can do here. When we come back in the future, there will be weapon reviews and vehicle reviews. Fun stuff, you know, things that I think are fun. And hopefully you'll continue to enjoy the channel and enjoy what I'm doing here. You can find us at dirtyweasel.com, and on YouTube it'd be Dirty Weasel Media. Some of the guys have asked for the IP address and all that stuff. You can see that at the end of every video. I always put that up as the closing credits. So once again, this is Cal from Dirty Weasel Media with building tutorial number 3, Sledgehammer. So remember, kids, go out and find yourself a zombie to shoot today.